He dragged up and spoke for inclusive family values in the 1993 film and played a loving gay partner in The Birdcage. In far more hostile times, Robin Williams became an LGBT hero. The most amazing moment in Mrs. Doubtfire isn't when poor Robin Williams is stuffed into his pantyhose and cumbersome padding beside a swimming pool on a hot day, or when his Mrs. Doubtfire boobs almost catch fire, or even, in the extended sequence that leads to his unmasking as the father to his children as well as their female Scottish nanny, when he dashes around a restaurant furiously getting in and out of drag. It comes right at the end in a voiceover, and it is, for a Hollywood film, a radical ending in every way, an ending that does not see a husband and wife reunite, or a broken family glued back together. Instead, a new kind of mainstream movie family takes shape, two separated parents, united by their much-loved children. And then, after that, Mrs. Doubtfire herself gives a speech that emphasizes the various definitions of what family can encompass. The significance of this is in the film's year of release. 1993 was in the white heat of the culture wars, the year after arch-homophobe Pat Buchanan addressed the Republican National Convention to tell the assembled that the agenda that Bill and Hillary Clinton would impose on America, abortion on demand, a litmus test for the Supreme Court, homosexual rights, discrimination against religious schools, women in combat, that's change, all right. But it is not the kind of change America wants. It is not the kind of change America needs. And it is not the kind of change we can tolerate in a nation that we still call God's country. Bill Clinton took the oath of office in January 1993, and the hopes of gay men and women were as high as the anti-fervency of bigots was toxic. In the spring, the March on Washington for lesbian, gay, and bi equal rights, LGBT had yet to acquire a T or any other letters of marginalized groups, and liberation attracted around 1 million participants. A manifesto of demands called for lesbian and gay legal equality in all areas of life. As the equality movement found a renewed focus and determination, so its opponents ratcheted up their efforts to scupper it. Pop culture would play a vital role in putting lesbians and gay men on the big and small screens, into the hearts and minds of Middle America. Pre-combination therapies, AIDS was still exerting its decimating effect, with all the extra bigotry around that. Surprising as it may sound now, with gay characters, gay storylines, and even a lineage of gay TV series, lesbian and gay representation on film and in TV was so scarce that it merited comment. The year Mrs. Doubtfire was released, so was Philadelphia, in which Tom Hanks played a gay lawyer. His partner was played by Antonio Banderas, dying of AIDS. The political and cultural climate was shifting, but gingerly. This was years before Queer as Folk and the L Word. Gay characters had notably appeared on 30-something and Roseanne, but it would be another 4 years before Ellen DeGeneres came out. The big screen offered more vistas of representation than TV at that moment. Go Fish, 1994, was a breakthrough lesbian movie. Mrs. Doubtfire was the first in a mini tranche of films featuring cross-dressing gay and straight men, including The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, 1994, and To Wong Foo, Thanks for Everything. Julie Newmar, Basically, The American Priscilla, 1995, and The Birdcage, Hollywood's version of La Cage aux Folles, in 1996, with Williams playing Armand, the longtime partner of Nathan Lane's Albert. But it was Mrs. Doubtfire that fired the intriguing and moving opening salvo, and it was squarely down to Williams' inspired and sensitive performance that it succeeded. Williams' drag transformation is overseen by a gay couple, Harvey Fierstein, playing Williams' brother Frank, and Frank's boyfriend, Jack, played by Scott Gaburo. We believe Williams as both a beaten-down dad and big-hearted Scottish nanny. We fall for Mrs. Doubtfire as Mrs. Doubtfire, not because of an extended man-in-drag joke. Just like Sally Field and the children at the end of the film, we're sad when the game is up, because that means we won't see any more of her.